You know, we out here, Ryan O'Toole Podcast. What are we at? May 20th, 2025. May 20th, 2025. Welcome to Ryan O'Toole Podcast. Where do we even start today? Dude, I don't even know where to start, okay? We're going to cover a lot here. I mean, Preakness, one of the best races, one of the best performances, one of the ballsiest fucking performances I've seen a horse in years have. With journalism at the Preakness. We'll talk some Celtics here. And we're going to talk whatever else comes to my head. Okay, but I have to start with the Preakness and just the world and current state of a sport I love, thoroughbred horse racing here in North America. Okay, journalism. What a ride on Saturday by Umberto Rispoli. Shout out to everyone involved with journalism. All right, shout out to everyone involved with journalism. I mean, he comes in here and just, this horse was dead going into the final turn of this race. And listen, I'm going to tell you something. You know, you're not a horse racing fan. Watch the Preakness, all right? Just type in on YouTube 2025 Preakness Stakes, okay? Unbelievable. Unbelievable performance. This horse is, he's boxed in. He's like in fifth, completely boxed in, can't get the rail, can't get inside, and somehow comes out. I mean, Rispoli asked him to give everything he had, but that's how you know the great one. That's great horses know what they're doing. All right, great. That horse knew he was supposed to finish first. What a performance by journalism. What a performance. I mean, I don't even know where to start. I just rewatched the race like twice. And I don't know really where to even start with. And another thing, too, real quick. The performance, journalism ran great in the Derby. Ran phenomenal in the Kentucky Derby. What did he do? He went right to Pimlico. Right to Pimlico to run in the Preakness, all right? Not like Sovereignty, who went right to Saratoga and skipped the Preakness. Shame on Godolphin and shame on Sovereignty. I hope journalism buries him in Saratoga in 3 weeks from now. I hope he fucking buries him. Okay? I do. Everything wrong with sports and horse racing is what Godolphin did with Kentucky Derby winner Sovereignty. Okay? Everything. Sovereignty ran an amazing Derby. Okay? We went over it on last week's podcast. The Kentucky Derby was phenomenal 2 weeks ago. Phenomenal race. Okay? And they skip him. Bring him right to Saratoga. Oh, it's the well-being of the horse. Well-being of the horse. They didn't want to shorten him up. Whatever it may be. Whatever it may be. You want to give him a full month off. Whatever it may be. Right when he gets to Saratoga, what's Bill Mott say? Came off the truck like a tiger. All right? Give me a break. Sovereignty could have ran. Sovereignty could have ran on the Preakness. But Godolphin, cowards. Cowards. And all this nonsense, which I cannot believe is picking up steam, about changing the format of the Triple Crown. Changing the format of the Triple Crown. Are you out of your mind right now? Are you out of your mind? Listen, the Triple Crown isn't supposed to be easy. Okay, winning the Triple Crown is not supposed to be easy. That's why it's only happened, 10 or 11 times? Whatever it is, it's not supposed to be easy. It's bad enough last year the Belmont wasn't even a mile and a half. Was not even a mile and a half. And now they want to make it, they're saying 1 month, May, the first Saturday in May, June, and July. That's the Triple Crown? What are we doing here? It's all this nonsense, all right? And it's all these horses, they can't do this, they can't do this. No, it's the owners and the trainers. It's the owners and the trainers. Why are we continuously doing this? And listen, make no mistake, it's load management. Okay, load management just isn't in the NBA. It's just not in Major League Baseball. Okay, make no mistake, it is in horse racing. And it is thriving, unfortunately. Is that the right word, thriving? I don't know. It's running rampant. That's what it is. Load management is running rampant in horse racing. These owners, these cowards like Godolphin. And I'm sitting up there, Randy Moss, Jerry Bailey, okay? Two voices that have been in my life as a fan of horse since I was 7, 8 years old, since I started following the sport. Sitting over here defending it. Are you kidding me? Are you out of your mind? That'll ruin the sport more than it ever is. Listen, it's bad enough that the Kentucky Derby and the Preakness this year were phenomenal races. Absolutely phenomenal races. The Derby was it was the best Kentucky Derby in the last few years. And the Preakness, especially with journalism's performance, all-time classic race. The Preakness is always a great race. I was talking to my uncle about this the other day. We're just going through Preaknesses in our lifetime. The Preakness is an unreal race, and we'll talk about it not being at Pimlico in the future in a little while. Amazing race, and it's picked up no buzz whatsoever. And Sovereignty and Godolphin, they're a big part of that with horse racing. And I get it. There's no commissioner. You got all this rogue stuff. But the fact there's no one in the sport, there's not one person in the sport of horse racing that's calling this nonsense out. It just seems to be the fans. We got Bobby Flay, Jerry Bailey, spread it out, spread it out. Why are we spreading it out? For what reason? The horses are just going to, so they can run less? You act like you're just not going to retire all these horses after their 3-year-old season anyways. These horses aren't coming back running as 4- and 5-year-olds. You know, that's why I like Torpedo Anna. All right? These horses that come back. Give me a break here. So what? So we want to see the horses run less? Because make no mistake, that's all it's going to be. They're going to run less. They're going to run less. So they'll spread out. Right? What do these horses run 7 or 8 times a year if we're lucky, if they have a full 3-year-old season, what it should be? Well, let's knock that down to 4, and they'll all be like, what, Justified? Just retire immediately after the Belmont? Give me a break with that. It's the same thing with pitching rotations in baseball. Why all this 6-man rotation, nobody pitches more than 5 innings, et cetera, et cetera. Meanwhile, injuries are way up. They're way up. They're way up in baseball. It's almost like athletes need to play games. Basketball, same thing. Everyone's saying, 82 games is too much in the NBA. 82 games is too much. And I agree with that. I totally agree that 82 games is too much. But when you have to put incentives in for these players to play 65 and they're not used to it so they can make their contract incentives, and then they're all getting hurt every single year in the postseason, I mean, come on here. And then I go back, right, and I didn't watch the broadcast on Saturday. All right, I was out there working. I'm slanging tickets in the street. All right, that's what I'm doing. I'm slanging tickets, trying to bring people into the comedy show. All right, did I do a good job? Yeah, I made $20, all right? Made $20, but I go back Saturday. The first thing I do Saturday, I work till 2, 3 in the morning. I was out. Go to bed, wake up bright and early. First thing I do, I got to watch this whole race to see what everyone was going crazy about journalism on the internet. Watched the whole race, could not believe it. I had to rewatch it like 2 or 3 different times to see how the hell this horse managed to win this race. How he managed to win this race. Still can't believe it. I just watched it 2 more times. So it's Tuesday afternoon here. And then I start watching clips from the broadcast, and I start seeing all this nonsense about spreading out the Triple Crown. Give me a break. And I love Mike Tirico, too, right? Mike Tirico, who wasn't there for the Derby. Mike Tirico on NBC. Jerry Bailey, all these guys on NBC Sports are talking about how the New York Racing Association won't allow for it to be spread out, how Pimlico and Churchill, they're all on board. Maryland Racing Association, Churchill Downs, they're all on board. Yeah, it's real funny you guys can bash the Belmont when NBC doesn't have it, all right? It's on Fox next week, or 2-3 weeks from now, whatever it is. You guys don't have it, so feel free to bash the NYRA because you lost out on the contract. Give me a break here. I never heard them criticize Naira once when they had their races. Not once. Yeah, they're out here saying, they won't play. Good. They shouldn't. And if New York Racing Association has any backbone, they shouldn't either. And it's ridiculous. And another thing too, and I'm not some, listen, New York Racing Association shorting up the Belmont for these 2 years is one of the most ridiculous things in the history of the sport. It absolutely is. You're not going to be able to compare these Belmont winners, breeding implications years down, not being 1.5 miles. It's outrageous the Belmont's not 1.5 miles. It is absolutely outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. I've seen 3-mile steeplechases at Saratoga. Okay? You're not going to sit here and tell me because a gate or whatever nonsense excuse they put out that they or something with the turns at Saratoga. Give me a break. Save me the nonsense. All right? There was some weird reason behind it. I don't know what it was. They better not do the same thing with Pimlico when this race moves to Laurel for the next few years. They better not. Because I'm already on the edge of potentially going to Saratoga, to cheer against Sovereignty and Godolphin. And make no mistake, as far as the horse Sovereignty goes, I got no beef with the animal. Okay, none whatsoever. It's upper management. Okay, I love every animal and every horse, regardless of how I speak down. When I say I'm going against Sovereignty, I'm going against the team, not the horse. I hope he does nothing but eat a bunch of hay, okay, and has a great stud life once his career's done. That's what I hope. But Godolphin, shame on them. You know, shame on them. Man, I don't even know what to say. I got journalism in Belmont. It's wait and see, says McCarthy. Oh, Mike McCarthy, you better be running him. You better be running him. You better be running him. You know, if this sport wants anything to go, I can't see why they wouldn't. I would imagine he does. You know, he was phenomenal in both races. So, yeah, there's that. Okay, I needed to get all that off my chest. Yeah, wake up and watch a phenomenal race. And all I see is this nonsense about changing the format of the Triple Crown. Again, why? Why are we changing it? You know, it's not supposed to be easy to win. All right? Like, what do these people want? Do they want a Triple Crown winner every single year? Like, in their heads, right? Like, it was fun when... I'm going to make no mistake. Listen, I was there when American Pharoah... I loved American Pharoah, okay? Loved that horse. All right? But make no mistake about it. It's fun when things are difficult to accomplish. It's fun when they're difficult to accomplish. I mean, come on, dude. You know, it's like... You want every year. It's the same thing. It's like in sports. Every year, everyone wants every record to be broken. It's like, dude, that's not how it's supposed to go. It's not. It's not supposed to. Things are supposed to be difficult, especially the Triple Crown. Went from 1978 to 2015. All right? And it's not like another thing, too. We had 2 Triple Crown winners in the last decade. Pharoah was 15. What was Justified? 2018? All right? Like, it has happened fairly recently. Historically speaking, we went 30 years with it, you know, or close to it. Give me a break. And anyone saying the Triple Crown format needs changing, I don't give a shit how many horses you own, what networks you work for. That's ridiculous. It's outrageous. It's everything that's wrong with sports now. It's everything. Oh, innings pitched. It's all the same crap. Wow. All right. Yeah, and this isn't the last you're going to hear about this, because I'm not even lying. I'm this close, depending on how rehearsals go for acting and stuff, of driving to Saratoga and actively cheering against Godolphin. All right? Because if no one's going to step up to this, how is this not getting pushed back? It seems the only people pushing back for this are fans. You know, I mean, come on. No one's going to push back against this and say maybe these horses should be running more. Again, with the injuries. They're athletes. Same with pitches. Is anyone going to throw 200 innings again? I mean, every night I'm watching the Red Sox. I mean, they can't pitch more than 4 or 5 innings. You know, and all these guys get hurt. This wasn't like that long ago. Oh, man. All right. What else is going on? Hopefully, yeah. What else? Celtics get sent home packing by the New York Knickerbockers. Congratulations to the New York Knicks fans, the real ones, okay? Congrats to them. Did I think it was worth shutting down 7th Avenue and all that? No, I did. That's outrageous. Most of those people out there just morons with nothing to do and can't tell you anything about what's going on? Yes, that is most of those people, all right? They're out there making these videos screaming and jumping around when they lose games, all right? A lot of these people are just clowns for attention. That being said, okay, to all the real New York Knicks fans, good for yous, okay? But I hope the Pacers smoke them. The Celtics didn't deserve to win that series. You blow 2 games at home. It's that simple. You blow 2 games at home, leading by 20 points, you don't deserve to win a series. I'm sorry, you don't. You know, you don't. There's going to be a lot of change with the Celtics, okay? Jason Tatum, I mean, I would imagine he doesn't play next season. Jaylen Brown, meniscus, okay? I would imagine he's going to get surgery and probably won't be ready for next season. we have a new owner also where it's like, what are we basing anything off of? All these people out here making predictions about the Celtics. You have no idea. All right? We don't know what this guy, Bill Chisholm, is, how he's going to approach. He doesn't to be right. I don't even think he's owned a sports team before. So we have no idea here. Now, do I have faith in Brad Stevens to do the right thing? Yes. Okay? Do I wish a lot of these guys on this team could stay together? Yes. But let's face it, Kristaps Porzingis. Who knows what he's going to be in his career? Al Horford, okay? I mean, it was a surprise to me. I wouldn't have blamed Horford if he retired last year. Unfortunately, these contracts, Drew Holiday finally looked like a guy who's been in the league for 15 years this year. All right, so there's a lot of change coming to the Celtics. All right, we don't know what it is yet. We'll obviously know at, the end of next month. But nevertheless, make no mistake about it, the better team won. The Knicks deserve to win that series, okay? We can blame coaching. We can blame all this. By the way, completely off subject right now, but since the Celtics have sold and Ime Udoka is no longer employed here, can we finally find out who Ime Udoka slept with? All right, that led him to be fired from the Boston Celtics. Can that information come out now? I mean, we talk about Boston sports mysteries. This is what I want to know. Who Ime Udoka was banging and why Malcolm Butler got benched in the Super Bowl. They're not keeping me up at nothing at night, but I would kind of like to know. But there's going to be a ton of change coming for the Celtics. Sucks about Tatum. That kind of really took the air out of it. Because, again, make no mistake, the Knicks deserve to win this series, but the Celtics were favored in every game up until the last one. So Tatum didn't play Game 5. The Celtics were still favored. Game 6, the Knicks were favored. They obliterated the Celtics, deservingly so. Not taking anything away from them, but the Celtics still would have been down 3-1 with Jason Tatum. But they also would have been favored in those games. Now, what does that mean? They were massive favorites before the series started and lost in 6 games. They lost in 6 games. I don't know. Who knows? We could have had potentially a Game 7, but I can't blame it on that. I can't say that. Tatum got hurt. That's what it is. I'm not going to do that. So we'll see. A lot of Knicks fans, people love coming up to me. They hear me talk, all right? I live in New York. I represent, okay? I'm not one of these cowards that, game day, make no mistake, I'm wearing listen, dude, you put me in Taliban-occupied Al-Qaeda, I'll be wearing my Larry Bird jersey, all right? Getting a sunburn, all right? You've never seen a white dude rock a Larry Bird jersey and a sunburn hotter than I do in New York City, okay? Make no mistake about that. But people like coming up to me, and good for them. These people, the New York sports fan has changed, okay? They haven't won anything in a while, and I hope it stays like that. I pray it stays like that, okay? But people just keep coming up to me about the Knicks, I hope Indiana beats them. I really do. A lot of people have been asking me, people come up to me, I'm sorry. This isn't that bad of a loss, is the thing. The Celtics won the championship last year. They've been in the conference finals, before this year, 4 or 5 years in a row? The teams won championships. It's not like, listen, there's been bad playoff losses where my team's lost and I couldn't watch the next round of the teams that are playing afterwards. That's happened, where the Pats lost tough AFC championship games. I couldn't watch the Super Bowl, or Red Sox, that stuff's happened where I couldn't get through stuff to watch. I'll watch the Knicks Pacers tomorrow when I'm out. This isn't like a heartbreaking loss by no means. Not saying it's not a great win for the Knicks and their fans, but this isn't like a killer loss. The Celtics-Knicks isn't like a rivalry. There's no hatred there. Just because it's Boston and New York doesn't mean it's like a rivalry. So there's that. Yeah, what do we got tonight? We got OKC, and who are they playing? Minnesota. Got them. You think the Pacers, obviously it's just television networks. You think the Pacers would have, Pacers and Knicks, 2 teams that have had much longer rest than those teams. You think they would have started tonight, but I don't know. It has to be on TNT. The last TNT series, too, right? And then all these guys will go over to ESPN and NBC and all that stuff. We'll see how that works. All right, I got coffee, collagen, and cold brew. All right? Is that a clan reference? I don't know. No, they're all start with C. So, yeah, it's really not that difficult of a loss. I was laughing the other day. I saw, it popped up on YouTube, Kerry Wood, his 2-run home run in Game 7 of the NLCS in 2003. Of course, they end up losing that game to the Marlins. The Marlins ended up winning the World Series. That was a series, the 2003 World Series, where that was the same year Aaron Boone hit the home run to defeat the Red Sox. And I couldn't watch the World Series that year. And 10 years old, how I felt about baseball, I couldn't watch it. I remember being happy. I remember watching the end of that World Series. I remember exactly where I was. I was in my Aunt Debbie's apartment in Celts. And I remember it was a ground ball. Josh Beckett came in and was just shutting out the Yankees in the Bronx. And I was happy the Yankees lost, but the sting from the Red Sox losing still killed me. I couldn't watch it. Nevertheless, back to Kerry Wood, the video popped up online. I miss when pitchers had to bat. All right? I miss when they did. All right? I miss when pitchers had to bat. Kerry Wood in Game 7 of the NLCS is pitching. He has like a 10-pitch at-bat and crushes a 2-run home run into left center field at Wrigley Field, and the place went mental. You know, I don't know why everything in every sport is just about scoring. You look at the NBA, they've really managed to, hey, we want these games to be 150 to 141. Baseball, we want designated hitters, lower the pitching mound, even make it so we know you got to limit throws to first base so the guy can take second base. They all these sports, football, of course, have done nothing to help the defense, it seems, for the last 2 decades. Last 2 decades, it seems like nobody's managed to help the offense. And baseball, it's no different. It's like a designated hitter, and it's like I at least liked it when it was the American League had the DH and then the NL, and if you're at home, you know? And I think, too, I can't stand all these interleague play games. Oh, my God. You know, the Red Sox aren't playing the Yankees till after the Belmont this year. The Red Sox play the Yankees, 12 times a year now? You know, we'll bring it back to 19. What did it used to be, 19 for divisions? Yeah, 19-4. That adds up to, the 81 or whatever? Or, not 81. Yeah, it would, right? Yeah, half you... Yeah, bring back the division games. You know, I don't need, interleague play all the time, dude. It'd be cool. Someone said the other day to me, I forget who said it, if interleague play was, once every 5 years. That'd be something I could get behind. Other than that, yeah, that's really what's bothering me. The Red Sox, I mean, you know, they look exactly they have the last 4 or 5 years. You know, all this optimism about the Red Sox coming in this year, which I didn't understand. I didn't really feel the Red Sox were going to win 95 games with this roster. But the Democratic Republicanescent, make no mistake about that, was sitting there acting like, oh, this team's different, all the optimism, all the nonsense. What the hell? What makes them look any different this year? You know, there's no personality on the team with the Red Sox. That's what it is. They're so bland. There's no personality. And that goes for the front office, too. Just throughout the team, from ownership. Obviously, John Henry's never really had a personality. I'm not saying everyone got to be Steinbrenner or anything, but even underneath it, at least Theo Epstein, he had something. The manager had. I mean, Alex Cora. All this talk Alex Cora gets. Okay, I get it. He's a World Series champion as a manager and stuff like that. But outside of 2018, you know, I never understood the whole thing where people thought Alex Cora was the best manager. I've never felt like he was such an elite manager. I think in 2018 he takes over. I think that Red Sox team was desperately in need of a new manager. You know, 2016 and 17 especially, that team was just with Farrell. They were just kind of blah. They really wanted him to go. They move him on, and it was such a breath of fresh air. Team ended up winning 108 games. But after that, Alex Cora hasn't really done a lot that's totally impressed me. You know, there's drama on the team every year. You know, they've just been blah. You know, I don't know. It's still relatively early, but what are the Red Sox? We're at, we'll call it mid-May. We'll be generous to the Red Sox, even though we're approaching the end of May. But what are we through? We got to be through what? Close to 50 games? Yeah, they're 24-25 right now, the Red Sox. So, game under 500. They just look the same. They look the same. Can someone on this team spark something up, please? Can someone have, like, some sort of, like, go out there, say something, do something? I mean, God. The Red Sox just, I watched them last night. They beat the Mets. Everyone's making a big deal about Soto. He hits a bomb to left, ends up bouncing off the wall because he walks to first base. Should have got a double out of it. I mean, kind of on brand, Kind of on brand. But yeah, screw the Mets, screw the Yankees. I just still can't get over this whole Triple Crown thing about them trying to change the format. I can't get over it. I can't get over it. Other than that, what else is going on? I don't know. Has anyone got arrested or anything? Has there been any trouble? I don't know. I've been rehearsing, just trying to be a good actor, a thespian. I'm not going to call myself an actor. I'm going to call myself a thespian, all right? What is thespian? That's the T in LGBT. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, thespian? No, I guess that's trans. But yeah, I'm just going to identify as a thesbo. SACCO and VANZETTI rehearsals going well. I got to be off book by Saturday. Okay, I got to get my life together. All right, should I be recording this podcast or should I be well, I'll do that afterwards. All right, should I be recording this podcast or should I be sending an audition so I can get on an LG commercial right now? Okay, once again, that remains to be seen. But yeah, SACCO and VANZETTI going good. We're a couple months out. The link for the tickets is in the bio as well as on my Instagram. Okay. Other than that, I'm kind of tempted to go to Saratoga. I just can't believe they're talking about stretching out the Triple Crown. I mean, again, this is horse racing's problem. This is why they're going to turn, they knock down, great racetracks. All right. Arlington Park knocked down. All right. They're about to turn Gulfstream into condos. It's like racing, it's terrible. There's never been a commissioner or anything to get through it, even when it was one of the most popular sports in the country. What a shame. What an absolute shame. I can't believe Beza didn't run the other day either, but I'm pro journalism after this. I am pro journalism. I mean, I think he's the best horse, obviously. He ran phenomenal, but how they're going for it. I hope journalism kills him in the Belmont. All right, I hope journalism kills. I want him to win. I still can't believe the ride. I don't even know what to say. I mean, the amount of physicality that ride was. I mean, Umberto Rispoli, again, shout out to this guy. All right, I shouldn't say this guy. He's been around for a while, but shout out to him. Asking everything, and the horse responding the way it is. They're bumping, they're beating the shit out of each other out there in the middle of traffic, and there was an inquiry after. You knew the inquiry was going to be there because of the contact, but make no mistake about it. That was journalism's lane. Journalism had every right to get out there. That's where he was. That was journalism's lane. So save me the nonsense. People, he should have been disqualified. There's going to be physical. Listen, throwing elbows and shoulders. This is horse racing, all right? This isn't polo. All right? Give me a break. Should have been disqualified. I mean, there was only a few morons saying that. But other than that, I don't even know what else is going on. Yeah, how else was my weekend? Good. Did comedy, was an actor, and just walked around like a lunatic in Central Park. That's what I did. All right, getting ready for Memorial Day weekend. What do I got on the agenda for Memorial Day? I think I got a show. I think I got comedy Sunday night. It'll be on my Instagram. Other than that, is there anything else I want to comment on? No. We got the Pacers and Knicks. That series will start up. Yeah, I'll be watching that. I'm not heartbroken in the sense where it's like, I can't even watch it. Not that I don't care. Of course I wanted the Celtics to win. It's just when they don't deserve to win, I don't want a team that doesn't deserve to win to win usually, And again, I hate the Knicks, but it's like I wasn't disappointed or tragically killed by that, But oh my God, these New York fans, dude, it's like, and I get it. The Knicks haven't been this far since 1999, 2000 or something like that. Like, that's crazy. It's been that long, but it's like, it's really not surprising though, because the Knicks have always been bad my entire lifetime. They kind of got propped up because how people in New York are. It's like they act like it's the only place that has pizza. It's the only place you should live. and I know you're hearing this, you're like, dude, well, why do you live in New York? Yeah, no, there is great things about it, but like all those Carmelo Anthony teams and stuff that got propped up, there was never a right for. You know, those teams like weren't that good. I heard my buddy Derek the other day. Shout out Derek Gonzalez, great comedian, real New Yorker. I have a lot of respect for him. I'm happy for him to watch this team. But he was talking about how when Carmelo demanded that trade from Denver, it screwed the Knicks for years. And he's 1,000,000% right. Carmelo could have waited to the end of the season and signed with the Knicks, but instead forced his way over in a trade. It messed everything up for the Knicks for their entire tenure there. You know, fast forward, a year or two, and then what happens? LeBron and Chris Bosh go to Miami. You think the Knicks would have to build next to Carmelo Anthony? They have nothing there. Nothing. They couldn't because of his contract and all that stuff. But those teams weren't that good. You know, they won one playoff series, and it was against an old-ass Celtics team. So happy for those people, I guess, but I would like to see all these losers outside of Madison Square Garden. Real quick, too, I saw the guy get attacked. They threw trash on the guy. He was wearing an Indiana Pacers jersey outside of Madison. Yeah, I'm not saying anyone should be getting attacked or hit or anything like that, but give me a break here with this guy. Give me a break. You just go up down there wearing a red. I get it if that was like someone wearing a Celtics jersey who went into the game. It makes sense why you'd be down there because you could have went into the game. But this guy wearing a Pacers jersey down there, you're asking for it, okay? I don't feel sympathy for this guy. They show him on Pat McAfee the other day. They're giving him tickets and flying him to the game. For what? What are we rewarding that guy? He's going down there trying to act like a dickhead, just like all these other morons who don't know anything about sports, who just want to jump around on camera. Give me a break. You tell me what, that guy was just casually walking up 33rd Street? Wearing a Reggie Miller jersey 45 minutes after the Knicks win. Give me a break. He was down there to harass people, and guess what happened? He got harassed. Stop showing sympathy to these people. All right, that's the podcast. First off, shout out to everybody who was listening and viewing, okay? I don't know. Let's see. I don't know what the YouTube views were. It's not like but we're building towards something, all right? But audio views, I got an email saying it was one of the most listened to things. So, thanks for listening. Please keep listening. If you guys want any suggestions or whatever on what else to talk about or really what else to do, I'm figuring this shit out, okay? But we're going to be back here 2-3 times a week, really probably for eternity, okay? So thanks for listening. Like, share, subscribe. SACCO and VANZETTI link, tickets in bio. Ticket link in bio. Comedy, I don't know. I'll be at the Grizzly Pier every weekend as well as random weeknights. Listen, if I don't know you and you listen to my shit, just DM me, all right? I've finally started going through the request tabs on my direct messages, okay? It was for years I kind of ignored it. And in all together, am I glad I ignored my request tabs? Yes, 98%, okay? The other 2% of there was there good opportunity in there. Also, we'll say about 1.5%. There might have been some women who wanted to hang out with me, okay? But I don't know. What did I do when the Celtics got eliminated? Your boy was responding to messages from 2022, okay? But no, if you want, say what you want, all right? I'm trying to put this shit on YouTube. Thanks for listening. Thanks for subscribing. Shout out to journalism. And, we didn't even talk about Scotty Scheffler. I mean, Scotty Scheffler put on a clinic, but I didn't watch too much. I just saw Ram fall apart on Sunday. And then Scheffler. Oh, my God. Scotty Scheffler. Quail Hollow. Another major. This is 2 Masters and now PGA Championship. And you just see it with this guy. He's like journalism. When he starts turning it on, it's all over with this guy. You knew he was going to win. Won by 5 strokes. What a player he is. Scotty Scheffler. What a player. What a player he is. But thanks for listening, liking, watching, however you're doing it. Send it to people. Let me know what you want me to do. I'm out of here. Shout out to journalism. All right, shout out to journalism. Shout out to McCarthy. Shout out to the entire team right there who went into Pimlico and did the right way. Closed Pimlico down for the Preakness the right way, okay? It'll be strange that it's going to be at Laurel. Just like how it's weird the Belmont is at Saratoga and it's not a 1.5 miles, but we'll see. So shout out to them. Shout out to journalism. I'm telling you, even if you're not a racing fan, watch that. You know, that, again, amazing Kentucky Derby, amazing Preakness. And there's been no buzz. People aren't coming up to me on the street asking me about, well, actually, my friends are because they know I watch race. And one of my buddies called me yesterday to talk to me about journalism and stuff. But phenomenal race. Shout out to journalism. He's our athlete of the week, or our person of the week, journalism. He's my person of the week, all right? I know what he's not a person. Yeah, he is. That was a great athlete we saw, and I hope he's there at Belmont, and I hope he fucking kills Sovereignty. I do. Thanks for listening. Share, subscribe, like, do what you got to do. I'm out of here. Peace out.